Hi everyone. Um, it's going to be really hard to make this video, but I've waited quite a few hours after the game just for my emotions to come down so I can give a more rational and more level-headed review of the game, which is going to be difficult. But let's just go over Arsenal's 5-1 humiliation at the Allianz Arena at the hands of Bayern Munich, pretty much cementing another round of 16 exit for the Arsenal. We start off early on in the game. Even before the game kicked off, we saw our lineup. I didn't agree with two players that were playing. Francis Coquelin, I thought, did not deserve to be in the side. He's been absolutely piss poor for the past couple of weeks, directly at fault for a couple goals. And lo and behold, he's at the heart of the first Bayern goal, which we'll get into in a second. And the second player who I didn't think should have been on the field from the very first minute was Iwobi. I would have been okay with him coming on as a substitute, but he should not have started. Arjen Robben was on that right-hand side, and we knew this. We knew these things coming in before this game, and we knew that the only way we would be able to beat them is if we countered them with pace, both defensively and offensively. And to choose out of all of our wingers the slowest winger against their most dangerous one, it was an absolute shocking decision, and I didn't agree with Iwobi on that left hand side. But going into the game, we were poor in the first few minutes, and it looked like they were going to score, just a matter of time, and eventually it did happen. Arjen Robben gets on the right wing, and Coquelin, for some reason, I'd really love for him to be able to explain this one to us as fans, but allowing Arjen Robben to have a direct run into the middle of the field on his left foot, cut inside on his left, and have a pop at goal. I mean, if there's one thing you know about Arjen Robben, I mean, the guy's made a career out of starting on the right wing, cutting onto his left, and putting in a curler towards that far hand top corner. Once in a while, it comes off. And it came off against us. World-class goal. You know, hats off to him. Hats off to Robben for the goal. But we shouldn't even let it happen. And Coquelin, I mean, it was, again, you know, I thought that it wouldn't have got worse for Coquelin after the Hazard attempted tackle, but this was even worse. I mean, there was no move put on, yet he was dropped as if there was an amazing shoulder drop by Arjen Robben. I mean, it was so frustrating. But somehow we were able to hang in there. And Bayern Munich, we got a corner, and the ball was bubbling about, and Koscielny got his foot ahead of Lewandowski, who was trying to clear the ball. Koscielny pokes it away. Lewandowski's follow-through ends up catching Koscielny, and we got a penalty. And just to add to the drama, Alexis Sanchez steps up, and his initial penalty is saved. He whiffs on the follow-up, but he has the composure to chest it down with two players bearing down on his neck, and with a great finish into the far left-hand corner. 1-1, back in business. And we really could have been 2-3 down, but we were 1-1 when we were right in the game. And actually, I think for the rest of the half, we really started to play a lot better. We were controlling the ball more. Our passing was slowly coming. And we actually had two great chances. Oxlade-Chamberlain with some terrific work down the right-hand side near the end of the first half. Crosses it in. It bypasses the whole Bayern Munich defense, comes up to the edge of the box. Granit Xhaka, it's on the half volley, and he's sprinting at full speed. But he gets a nice, sweet volley off, but it goes directly at Manuel Neuer, and he's able to save it. Either side, and this video could be a lot different, but let's not focus on the coulds or the ifs. Let's focus on what happened. And what happened was it went straight at Neuer. And we also had another chance right at the death of the half. where Ozil was played through. It was a tight angle, got the shot off, but Neuer got down and made the leg save, and we went in that half 1-1. And you could honestly, if you were to tell me, if you at halftime, if you were to say 1-1, take this back to the Emirates, I would have bit your hand off for it. It would have been an absolutely amazing result for us. And any other team would have recognized that fact and just given 45 minutes of pure effort to take it back to their home stadium and finish the job. But no, we're Arsenal, so we have to do things differently. What do? Come out, piss poor attitude, just like we came out in the beginning of the game, getting run over, cannot pass a ball for the life of us. I mean, teams in the Bundesliga who are near the bottom of the league did a better job going to the Allianz Arena than we did today. That is embarrassing. I mean, for the wages that these guys are on, they were getting passed around like they were clowns. It's just starting to boil my blood again just thinking about it. So I'm not gonna try not to get too emotional on the video. But yeah, second half starts pretty shitty. Koscielny gets off injured and it goes off injured, and it was as if Koscielny leaving took out all the heart from the team. It was like the players saw Koscielny go off and they're like, okay, that's it. Game over. We can't do this. Which is just absolutely pathetic. Who is there on that field who's a leader? Who is there on that field who's going to go around and tell all those players that, you know what, that's one player. But there's 10 other of us out here that we're going to make this happen. That guy isn't the whole team. We can do this. Who is there that does that? The answer is no one. And it's absolutely appalling. I mean, the collapse was just I'm honestly running out of adjectives to describe the performance today. But Lewandowski beats Mustafi for a header 2-1. Honestly, I thought that Lewandowski might have had his hands a little bit all over Mustafi's back. Thought Mustafi could have done better. I thought Mustafi, as soon as Koscielny was gone, I mean, he looked like he was way out of his depth. He didn't know what he was doing. As soon as Koscielny wasn't there to babysit him, and his performance in the second half was noticeably poor. And 3-1, we just let Thiago bypass our whole midfield and on our back four. Lewandowski, simple little flick behind his back. Gabriel doesn't have the football awareness and defensive vision to see that Thiago's making that run or that Lewandowski is shaping up his body to make a flick of that kind, flicks it around the corner. Thiago's one-on-one with Ospina, puts in the back of the net, 3-1. And even then, and 3-1, two things I want to talk about. You're 3-1, and it's in a two-leg fixture. You have the away goal. A 2-0 result at home is not impossible. Why isn't either Arsene Wenger getting up off his ass, which he did not do the whole game? He sat down on his bench. Why didn't anyone get up and be a leader and start yelling at the players, saying, we actually have a chance? 3-1 is not the end of the world. Get your head out your ass and play for the team and run your heart out for the next 30 minutes, and let's just grind a 3-1, go back home with a 2-goal deficit. That's fine. Why wasn't there anyone on that field who had the common sense to say so? And why isn't the guy who has £8.5 million paycheck every year able to recognize that and convey that message across? Not having it, to be honest. I'm not having any of it. Piss poor management, piss poor leadership, embarrassing stuff from the players. To go, you're in a 3-1 situation and we bottled it. Second thing, why isn't Arsene Wenger making a substitution when we're 3-1 down? if you watch any other team, if their game plan is to park the bus, which we were doing, don't try and walk around it. And I think that's fine. We were trying to hit them on the counter. As soon as you go 2-1 down, is that not the end of parking the bus? Don't you have to change and actually take the game to the opposition? I mean, that's the only way you're going to score, because they're also going to sit back. But no, we kept the exact same team, and we were getting murdered. We were getting absolutely murdered. And the guy on 8.5 million pounds a year, or whatever the hell it is, cannot see that. When everyone in the stadium could see we were getting killed, and everyone on television watching could see we were getting killed. Yeah, we waited on our substitutions. We had Danny Welbeck, who should have started, waiting on the bench. We had Theo Walker, could have injected pace, comes on in like the 80th minute when the game's done. Embarrassing stuff. Just terrible. And we were lethargic, and they scored a fourth. And by then it's at that point 3-1. You're saying, okay, game over, but tie's not over. At 4-1, no, I'm sorry. This ain't Ludogorets. Okay, this ain't Ludogorets where we can come back. Pathetic. And then Giroud comes on in the 80th minute. I don't think he touched the ball the whole game. Shocking. Why are you bringing on Giroud? No, we haven't been able to get down their left or right hand flank and put it across all game. Yet suddenly you can put on Giroud and that's gonna happen? My word. It's just not good enough, guys. And then Oxlade-Chamberlain in the 88th minute. He's messing around right outside the box. There's no defenders around him. Tries to do a Cruyff turn or something. Loses the ball. And Muller puts in the net. And just to add to the humiliation, 5-1. And if you had any hope at 4-1, maybe at 3-0, yeah, 4-0 it ain't happening at the Emirates, especially not with this lot that we've got. So now to the age-old question: where do we go from here? Honestly, don't know. I really don't know. And I'm so sad that this is what it's come to with Arsene Wenger. I never wanted to see, the football side of things go so bad with him. That was one thing we always had with Arsene Wenger. We might not have been a title contending team all the time, but we weren't embarrassing. I mean, we could at least go head to head against some of these teams. And I mean, but now we're just watching. It's just getting embarrassing now. Chelsea, Watford at home, and I mean today it's just 5-1, guys. I mean, in a Champions League game, it's not on. It's just it's not good enough, guys. And I think it's really time for Wenger to step down at the end of the year. But let's shift from Wenger for a second, and because he's gonna get enough stick. Let's focus on the players, okay? Absolute bottle jobs. They should all be ashamed of themselves. What the hell was that? I mean, these guys are getting paid so much money to put up that shit. Oh my god. I don't know how they're able to sleep at night, honestly. I mean, the performance of some of them. Let's just touch on some. Let's just touch on a couple of them. Ospina, in a positive way. I thought Ospina, there was a lot of people questioning whether or not he would have been able to handle it. Only one who freaking would look like he was capable of handling the occasion. Absolute world-class saves, man. If it wasn't for Ospina today, it could have been 7-8. I'm telling you, some of the saves he made, the one on Javi Martinez, Robben saves, Vidal, he made some fantastic saves. So big up Ospina for actually playing for the badge and playing for a little bit of pride. And I think he should keep his spot in the Premier League, because Czech's been pissing around. So I think it's time for Ospina to take over. And You got to reward the guy for putting in a good performance consistently, actually, this year. But and then we'll touch on Mustafi and Gabriel. Mustafi and Gabriel. I mean, Gabriel, let's just get it. He's not good enough for Arsenal. Every time the guy goes into the side, especially at center back, I mean, you already knew deep down. Don't kid yourself. When you saw Koscielny walking off the pitch and giving the captain's armband to Gibbs, you already knew we're done. We're done. There's no way we're not conceding in this half. There's just no way. And it's true, Koscielny holds our defense together. And there's no one else on our team who's capable of doing so. And I think Mustafi's got a lot to learn. I don't know what he was playing at second half. Looked completely out of his depth, which it really shouldn't be, considering he's a World Cup winner. So, it's not, really poor from our back four. Coquelin, serious questions about Coquelin, guys. I mean, I think the stat came out after the game, and this is so shocking. He completed 7 passes all game. 7. You can put me in that game today, and I would have completed more than 7 passes, and I'm not even that good of a player. I mean, Jesus Christ. 7 passes as a professional center midfielder. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. And the even more embarrassing stat, why is Coquelin in our team? To tackle. What's his only thing that he could do? Tackle. He can't pass. He can't attack. He tackles. Today, Mesut Ozil, a guy who doesn't even know how to defend, a guy who doesn't even work hard at most of the time, put more tackles in than Francis Coquelin, our center defensive midfielder. How is that okay? How is that okay? Shocking. Ozil, man. I've stuck up for you all the time. My friends, everyone on Twitter, people are talking shit about you. I always back you up. But I'm done. Consistently, you let me down. You let us down. You let Arsenal down. You're a £42.5 million record signing, man. Does that not ever click in your stupid head? When you're just waltzing around the pitch? Freaking joke. This is all you have left to play for. Premier League, you guys pissed off. Freaking Capital One Cup or whatever the hell it is called now. Out of that. FA Cup. Whoop-de-doo. Champions League was the only legitimate shot we had of a major trophy. And you're walking around when people are slating you all week, questioning whether you're world class. That doesn't give you fire in your belly. Then what the hell will? I'm done. If we get a good offer for him, goodbye, Mesut. Thanks for the memories. I'm done. Don't want to be here. You can get right off. You can get lost. So those were the poor performances I just wanted to get out of my system. Just, this is becoming way too frequent of a thing. Just negativity after a game. It should not be like this, guys. It's not healthy, and it's not good for the club. Like, we need to realize that this may not be the lowest point of the season. We have Sutton to play on Monday at a shit stadium with a shit field. With the mentality of our players, will we really be able to go there and get a result? I mean, those Sutton guys are gassed right now. They have much more passion. I'm sure of it. If they made it this far in the FA Cup, being how small they are as a club, they have much more passion for their shirt and their 800, whatever the hell fans turn up, than these lot have for the 60,000 that back them every week at the Emirates and millions across the globe. These guys are bottlers, and I have no faith in them whatsoever to go to Sutton and get a result. And then the bigger joke is going to be going to Anfield playing Jurgen Klopp's team when Jurgen Klopp is known to get his teams hyped for big games, like he showed against Tottenham last weekend. Liverpool have been piss poor. When it comes to playing the top teams, they show up. This is going to get worse. If there aren't serious questions asked from top to bottom, I'm talking Stan freaking Kroenke to the very bottom, whatever that is at our club, I don't know. There needs to be serious inquests made this week. Every single player needs to look themselves in the mirror. Sick and tired. I'm telling you guys, fasten your freaking seatbelts because it's about to get worse. If you think this is bad right now, the humiliation you're feeling, it could be worse when we finish below Tottenham, when we finish below Manchester United outside of the top 4. That would be humiliation. I'm going to wrap this video up. I think the only 2 players I think who can hold their head up high are Alexis Sanchez. Guy just ran his socks off today. He's just a winner, and Alexis, if he decides to go, can we really slate him? Can we really slate him? No, we can't. If he wants to go on to win things and do better things, he deserves it. He's an absolute world-class player, and he deserves a hell of a lot more than what we're giving him. So I would consider it a blessing if we were able to see Alexis Sanchez next year at Arsenal. And I think David Ospina played absolutely out of his skin today. So that's it for the video. Arsenal lose 5-1. Same old, Groundhog freaking day. Same old bullshit. And like I said earlier, fasten your seatbelts because there's a very real chance, very realistic chance. This is about to get a hell of a lot worse. Have a good one.